Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars and welcome to another PlayStation review. Today I'm delighted to bring you my review for Farm Together 2 on the PlayStation 5. Now this is a very recent release on the PlayStation Store. I was delighted to see this one coming out, mainly because I'm such a big fan of the first game. Farm Together is a game that I put an unnatural amount of hours into. It was a game that I almost had to wean myself off because it was just swallowing up so many hours of my life on a daily basis, it would seem. It was a devilishly addictive game. So to see Farm Together 2 come out was quite exciting. Now, this is really not an expensive game. I think it is something like $21.99 in the UK. Not expensive at all. And essentially, it is exactly what you think it is, really. It's almost like, it's a real casual, relaxing, chill out gaming experience. You've got your own plot of land to start with. You've got some crops on there, you've got trees on there, and basically everything on your land, on your farm, generates coins, basically, or gold or money, whatever you want to call it. There are some things that are permanent, like the trees, things like that, and some of the flower beds, they, over a certain amount of time, will generate income for you. And then there's other things that are more seasonal, and those are the crops. So the idea is to start off with your money, plant some crops, level up yourself, level up your farm, level up your crops, in order to unlock new and more desirable, if you want to call it that, crops to kind of plant. Some of the crops you can plant all year round. Some of them are seasonal. You can't plant them in the winter or the summer sort of thing. And some of them are quite valuable as well in regards to the crop that you need now. So you've got anything from tomatoes to wheat to carrots to potatoes to melons, chickpeas, radishes. I mean, it literally, it goes on and on and on and on and on. And as you can see there, it's a huge list of things for you to unlock. So every time you level up your farm, it will unlock new things for your farm. Now, it's not just crops and trees and flower beds that you're going to have in your farm. As you can see, you're also going to be unlocking animals so that you can breed animals on your farm. And they range early on from mainly chickens. There's a load of different breeds of chickens, right up to pigs, right up to cows, and then it'll move further up into like cattle, horses, all this kind of stuff. And you've got to look after them as well on the farm. You've got to feed them the right things. The chickens need like wheat. The cattle and the cows and things like that, and the pigs, they're going to need some of the vegetables and things that you're growing on your farm. So you need to make sure that you've always got a decent supply to feed all your animals. There is also fish that you can put on your farm. Like, you can do like massive fish ponds, fill them with all sorts of exotic fish that you will unlock every time you level up your farm. You will generally unlock a new fish. And some of them again are quite valuable. So it's constantly rinsing and repeating. So you're planting seasonal crops with the idea of making as much money as you can. Some of them will grow within the space of 10, 15, 20 minutes. Some of them will take an hour or two. Some of them will even take a day. Now, as you can imagine, those are the ones that are usually the most valuable. And one of the huge advantages of this game is when you turn it off and you finish playing, the crops keep growing. So you could turn it off 8 o'clock at night and think, right, I'm not playing anymore, and then turn it on again after work the following day, and literally you can go around your whole farm, and it's very therapeutic. You can go around your farm and collect all that lovely money that you've earned from all the crops and that you've planted and all the trees that have spouted money and your animals that spout money and all this kind of stuff. And it's definitely quite satisfying to do that. Now, also, every time you level up, you unlock new things for your farm. So you can even unlock like houses for yourself, and you've got certain things that you need to do to unlock them. You need certain levels to be at for yourself, and certain crops and things that you've grown. It costs a certain amount to do it, but once you've built your house, you can go in your house and furnish it. There are ways to earn more money within the house as well by painting paintings that you can sell, so on and so forth. There's other things you can unlock as well, like sprinklers for your crops. There's like books for your guests to sign. And what I mean by that is this is an online game. If you want to leave your farm open for people to come in and say hello, you can do that. If you want it to be a private game for just you, you can do that as well. But you can visit other people's farms and you can allow people to come and visit yours. It's not one of those games where they're going to kind of grief you and do horrible things to your farm. And it is quite satisfying to, because you can get as I said, the signing in book. People can leave nice messages about your farm, this, that, and the other. There's loads of decorative things as well for you to unlock so that you can kind of fence in your animals and your flowers, and you've got like lamps and all sorts of decorative things to make the whole thing look really, really cool. But also as well, you need gems. You need gems in order to buy some of the better things in the game. And how do you get gems? Well, by collecting all your lovely crops that you have planted. Once you kind of get them up and you store them, you go into town and you basically sell them for gems. You've got to basically open shops in the local town, from like bakeries to like fishmongers to fruit stands, so on and so on. There's loads and loads of different shops, and that's where you can basically sell your goods to get like gems for them, sort of thing. And that's how you build up your gems. Now, you need gems to unlock some of the better things in the game, but also you need gems to expand the game, because you can keep expanding it to make your farmland area even bigger by opening up new sections, sort of thing, so you can plant new things. And each time you do that, you're going to earn yourself more money for your farm. So it's there's favors there's people in the town that you can do favors for as well, and with these favors you can kind of cash them in for whatever you want. You can cash them in for any of the products within the game, or cash, or gems, whatever you want to do. So there's so much going on in this game, you could literally keep talking about it forever. Needless to say, guys, this is a highly addictive, fun gaming experience. If you like these kind of chill out, relaxing games that you can pop on for a few hours and just have a lot of fun relaxing to, this is definitely the game for you. It's very, very relaxing to play. It's got, as I said, a ridiculously addictive gameplay loop. It's really cute to look at. It's no hassle, there's no stress, and it will keep you occupied for a huge amount of time. So for the money that they're asking for this, absolutely worth it if you like these kind of farm management type sims that don't take themselves too seriously and they're not too challenging to play. This is an easy pick up and play game, and it's one that I strongly recommend. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Farm Together 2, guys. Don't forget, don't miss out on this one, guys. You'll have a good time playing it, I promise you. And I will of course be back with plenty more reviews and content on the channel very, very soon.